Hey guys, it's been a minute. I hope all y'all doing great. I'm here with a infill on infill acrylic infill set, and I'm gonna go right in it. I'm doing a voiceover, so y'all bear with me. I will be speeding up the second hand. I'll do the first hand real time, and then the second hand I'll speed it up. Right here I'm using a carbide bit just to debulk the nail a little bit. She wants the same color, and yes, we do have clients that like the color and they want it again the next time. I have no problem with that. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just debulking. I'm not taking away the shine from the skin with the carbide bit. I use something else, and what this is on her hands right now, she's missing a nail. These are, I think, 3 weeks, 3 to almost over 3 weeks. You can see how it done grown out. Okay, this is a color acrylic. So it's a color glitter and a color acrylic. So y'all can just watch that until the next hand, and I'll speed it up for you, and then we'll get to the next step. Okay, now y'all see that I'm just speeding it up. She didn't want me to extend this nail. She just wanted me to shape it back up, that little pinky. So that's that. She's a cosmetologist, so she wears her nails real short. Even though she like them shorter than this, but she didn't want to shorten them, so she gonna say she gonna deal with it till she come next time. Then she'll do the next time she'll have me shorten them for her. So yeah, I know a lot of people don't like them over nails, but hey, some people do. Give the customer what they want. I forgot to take the rhinestones off here, guys. I usually do that the first step, but I guess I was too impatient, so doing that now. I'm just using an old cuticle nipper. Me and the client was talking so much in this to where I was just taking my time, and whew, this was a long infill. Usually it doesn't take this long to do it, but we was talking a whole lot, and that's the problem. Whew, we know we can talk. Now I'm just pushing back the cuticles. I love to push back the cuticles. I just make sure that I get that echinippium round off the nail bed, all that dead skin off that nail bed. I don't know what it is. I like this kind of cuticle pusher. I don't like the flat ones. And it's tiny, and you can just get all in them grooves. And you do this part very gentle. I'm not really pushing hard. I'm just really focusing on shaping that echinippium back up as round as possible. Okay, this next step, what I do next is take the shine off the natural nail. And I also, at this time, I do it on slow speed, and I also take off that dead skin that's hanging on the echinippium really gently, buff it a little bit. You can use those little round balls, but hey, I just go ahead and do it like this. Just take my time around there and clean up her skin around the area. And that's what I do. I just go ahead and even out the nail as much as possible. Because you know when you use a carbide bit, and sometimes you'll get the dents and stuff in the acrylic. So I just smoothed everything out so I can work on a more smoother surface. You see how I tilt the drill up, and I just go gently around her echinippium, taking off that white dead skin, not live skin. We don't want the customer to bleed, and that's what I do. Um, I'm only tapping a little bit on her echinippium, taking off that white dead skin. Doesn't hurt at all. See how I'm going around that skin real gently, and you'll see all that, how pretty that echinippium becomes. I know a lot of people are scared to use that drill, but hey, whew, I can't see myself using hand files or a whole set. That's back in the day stuff. But you know, they still got people that do it. They just don't like to use the drill. When I first started off, I didn't believe in using the drill either, but hey, I had to do it quicker. I had to do it more simpler. I just say this is that file, and going back and forth is was hurting my hand, and ooh, it was like torture. And I just speed this hand up a little bit. I don't do all the nails. I just do some of it. This actually is a mood change in acrylic. So the purple, like the purple tone lavender color, that is actually a moon changing color. In this next step, I just dust up all the debris off the nails. Yes, I like working on a clean surface. I love working on a clean surface. I can't stand all that dust everywhere, all that dead skin, dust, and everything all over the place. I just can't. And what I do, I just spray it down with alcohol, wipe it off sometimes. Because I don't too much let them go wash their hands. Because, honey, once they get up from their table, they go in that bathroom. Who you be waiting? You be waiting. You hear me? Like, hurry up out that bathroom. Right now, I'm just putting on this tip. Sidewalls to sidewalls. Don't short it. Don't short it. I was gonna play some music during this while I'm not talking, but you know, some people have a problem with it, some people don't. So I just best to just leave it out. There's just more work I gotta do in the video recording. I like music though. I like music, but you can't play what you want on there. So hey, just leave it out. When I tell you we was running our mouth, we was running our mouth, man. But I didn't have nobody after her, so that's probably why. I'm still looking for that best glue. Ooh, I cannot find that look glue I want. The only ones I see that work good is those little tube glues, and them things dries up on me. And this glue that I use now, honey, I was having problems with it. Now just go ahead and shape the nails up. I am not the perfect shaper. I tell you, I need to take a class. Ooh, that shaping ain't no joke. I think one of these nails I was just not satisfied with. And I'm trying to figure out which nail that was. And it's probably this one right here. That I went too much on one side. And it was just, ooh, once you go too much on one side, you just destroys the shape of the nail. I just want to take it off and redo it. But hey. Sometimes I do that. But at this time, I didn't do that. I'm trying to figure out which nail that was. I think it's this nail for real. Look at that. You see that glue? Don't you hate when that nail pop off? And most of the time, when it don't stick the first time and it come off, baby, you have trouble trying to get that nail back on. Sometimes I just take it off and do another one because it takes too much time to try to get that nail to stick back on there once it doesn't attach the first time. But I got it back on now. I don't know why my clips is cutting off so bad in this video. Y'all might hear basketball bouncing in this video because my son is playing basketball outside, so you can hit a ball. I'm at home doing this voiceover. Yeah, them round nails is the hardest to shape, I tell you that. And it takes the longest. I don't know if some people charge extra to do round, but it does. And when they ask to reshape a square nail to an oval, girl, I be want to say, oh, heck no. Them cut downs and them reshapes, baby, they take some time to do. Some people charge extra for it. Okay, this is the colors. I'm using Glam and Glitz, the Moon Effect. The first one is Blue Lily, and the other one is a Glam and Glitz too. Pretty colors. That purple and that glitter is very pretty. I like Glam and Glitz. You gotta learn how to work with them. It's a learning curve to them, but I got the hang of it. I'm using Young Nails monomer. Young Nails monomer works with any powder. I tell you, I love that monomer. And the odor is not strong like many other monomers. Okay, I'm not doing a one ball method. I'm just taking my time and putting it on there. You might see me put it first at the tip, at the cuticle. And you know what, guys? I put the primer on this nail. I was too through. And she said, oh, don't worry about it. Put it on the next one. Hopefully it won't lift. But if you do a lot of prep work, get that skin off, clean the nail beds real good, it probably won't lift on you if you file it real good. Because I know some nail techs don't use primer at all, and their nails don't never lift. But what I'm doing here, I put two coats. I put one coat on the full nail of the Protein Bond from Young Nails, and then the second coat I just put on around the echinippium part, the cuticle, the upper part of the bottom of the echinippium, really, on the nail bed. Girl, them clients is good for looking at them nails while you do their nails. You be want to say, give me this hand. Stop looking. Look after I'm finished. Man. But that's how we do. That's how we do. You want to look and make sure everything is going smoothly. And guys, I don't stick with one ball method, two ball method, three ball method, four balls, five balls. It's how many balls you want to put on there. Long as you're working at a timely manner, it don't matter how many balls you put on there, time is gonna be the same. It don't matter what method you do, because if you do a one ball method, you still gotta work that product to get that product where you need that product and make sure that nail not flat. You know. Um, I know I use my hand a lot to take off product, and I know that's not the right way to do it, but hey, that's how I'm doing it. So hey, if that's what I want to do, that's what I want to do. So you don't gotta do what I do. Everybody's opinion is so real these days. You be like, whoo, let me do me, please. You don't like it, don't watch it. Because I know if I don't like something I see, I just go ahead, I move on. I'm not going to sit there and talk about it. Because I could be looking at something else that I like. When you see me put a little bit at the corner, it meaning that, it's kind of uneven. So I try to widen out the net a little bit. And that's what you see me doing here. Just make sure you just get all the powder off the skin when you do that. You don't always have to just use a form to widen out a nail or add on a nail. You just got to work with a dry bead. And I think it's this nail here. I think this is the nail I was talking about. I just did not like this nail at all. The shape of this nail, it looked narrow on one side, wide on the other side. It was just that I just could not get this nail the way I liked it. Now I'm going in with the glitter at the top. I'm doing like a top glitter fade going down. I need to get me some more Glam and Glitz powder because I really do like they color acrylics and they glitters. They really have this. You might see those small little bottles, but you know what? That powder goes a long way. Y'all see I'm just adding with this nail. You could tell that I'm just not alright with this nail. And sometimes you just gotta just move on to the next nail and just leave it alone, shape it like you want to, and try to do your best you can. Just not focus on just one nail for a long period of time like you see me doing. Now, this client here, she likes thin nails. She don't like her nails thick. So that's why I'm working with small beads. She really does not like bulky nails. You can see how thin my acrylic is on these nails. And the only thing you just got to watch out for is the stress area. Make sure that your thin nails are got a nice support when it comes down to the stress area. And that's about it. It really don't matter how thin that edge is. their free edges. It's just as long as you have the middle of that nail. And another thing, guys, okay, the thickness of the nail. Short nails, you can get away with being thin, 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 thin. But the longer the nail is, the thicker that nail needs to be. Because they're going to be popping them nails, they're going to be popping them against stuff a lot more than they will be popping your thin nail, the short nails. So just keep that in mind. You can get away with thin, short nails. You can't get away with long, thin nails. And short nails look better thin. They look very bulky when they're thick, when they're short. It's not a pretty nail when they are thick. Makes your nail bed look wider. So just keep that in mind. The thinner the short nails are, the more elegant they look, appropriate they look. God, them short nails be so thick you can't pick nothing up. The thicker that free edge is, honey, you can't pick a dime, a penny off the ground. You hear me? Now I'm just going back and cap that glitter. With clear. I know a lot of people might say, "Ooh, she sure go close to that echinacea with her powder, honey." I do not want to see a feel. You hear me? I just got a fresh feel and look like I need a feel. What kind of crap is that? I know that's how they teach you in school, but if you need to learn how to control that powder to where you get as close as you possibly can to that echinacea, because if it's not bulky, it will be so easy. It's so easy to file it. It's so easy to file around that cuticle, long as you don't have a big bulky rest up there. If it's thin and it's close, control your shape, control your drill so that you can go around that cuticle without cutting them. And don't be using the big old brushes. If you want to get close to that cuticle, don't use that big old brush. And if you want to use a big old brush, make sure that you place the powder close as you can, and then use the brush to push the powder up close as you can. But it's very important, y'all. Those placements of those beads so far away from the echinacea kills me. People pay too much money to be looking like they need a feel after you done drilled it. You done drilled it, you done put the polish on there, and I see nail bed. I just can't deal with that. I used to get my nails done when I was younger, and at the time I would tell them, I want it closer. Can you put it closer up to my echinacea? I probably didn't know what an echinacea was back then, but I would always just tell them, could you put the powder up closer, please? Could you put the powder up closer? No, 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 you can't. It's going to lift. No, it's not. You supposed to know how to get that drill up there without cutting me. You're not putting the powder on my skin. So get closer, please. Ooh, they used to drive me crazy. It's two ways you can even out the powder with that line. If you don't like it too thick, you can push it up with the brush like I did, or you can back sweep it up. I do it both ways. I don't do it the same all the time. You know what? When you first starting off, you want to get something that's repetitious so you can get faster. But once you learn how to do acrylics, all that goes out the window. You're doing the nails all kind of different ways, but as long as you get it on there right, as long as you get it on there in a timely manner, it don't matter how you put that acrylic on there. Long as it's not bulky, uneven, smooth it out. It don't matter how you place that ball. It really don't. You can start at the top. You can start at the middle. You can start at the bottom. You can start one bead all over the place. You hear me? You can just be all over the place putting beads like you want to put the beads. It's not you just. That's why I say once you learn how to do acrylics, you do not stick to the same thing. I can testify to that because you didn't see through this video. I have not did nothing the same yet. I have been doing exactly how I want to put the bead on there at that time. So y'all don't take it too serious. Just learn how to control your drill, your brush, and that's the most important. Three important. That's the only things you need to be worried about. How to control your drill, your powder, your brush. And you know what? I could have used a one ball method, but I didn't want to. I wanted to apply it like I'm applying it now. Sometimes I put up to 5 beads. You hear me? If I don't like the way it's shaped, if I'm looking from everywhere and I need a bead, then I'm not gonna stick to 3 beads because I need 5 beads. Just make sure that when you place the bead, you smooth it out. Don't matter who on there. Just make sure every time you put a bead, you smooth it out. So you won't have no lumpy, bumpy nails when it's time to drill. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and speed this part up. Okay, now I didn't tapped all the nails to make sure they are dry. Cause you know when you work so fast that part ain't dry. You need to wait. So I'm just gonna go ahead and reshape my nails. Reshaping is a process. Every process you do, you gotta reshape. So you reshaping like 3 times doing a set of nails. Now you see how I just drilled too much on one side. This the problem now. And when after you apply the acrylic, you shape it up the nails just so you can get the powder off the skin. All the drill have to do is just go around the surface. So actually, you just shaping up the nails and getting that skin away from the side wall so you can be ready to use your drill. You don't have to be so precise at this point with the shaping. It's like I'm just prepping the nail ready for the drill. Because you're going to have to file again anyway, so you're going to have to shape the nails after you use the drill again. I have seen nail techs just don't even do this part. They just go straight to the drill and just shape them at the end after the drill. But I like to loosen up that skin on the side walls first before I use the drill. That's just me. The Now I'm just going in with the sanding bed again, and I'm really perfecting around the cuticle area, getting it all flush to the natural nail. If you lie your acrylic smooth, you won't have to do that much filing. You really basically trying to get that cuticle area flush to the nail. So I'm just dusting off again, removing all that with some alcohol and a brush. Buffing the nails. Just smoothing out everything. Make sure they don't have no lumps and bumps. And yes, I cut my buffers. Saving money, saving money. Cutting corners. But in the right way now, in the right way. So I'm cleaning them again. I love to clean some nails, honey. Them. And to say I cleaned her nails so much with alcohol, you don't even see her skin drying up or nothing. You know, very clean. But you know that cuticle gonna bring that skin and them nails back to life. Yes, I use paper towels, but sometimes they still leave some residue behind. I'm gonna put the Gloss by Young Nails. I'm just putting the protein bond on there so I can have a good seal. Um, Sometimes I can't get the shine like I want. If anybody know a little bit about that Young Nails gloss, because sometimes I can put it on there and put it in the lights and cure it, and it just doesn't have the shine that I want like a top gloss does. But that Young Nails gloss is basically made for cosmetologists and stuff like that. But I know they came stain resistant top coat, which I'm gonna do a review on it. I did buy some, but I didn't have it when I did this video at the time. So yeah, and I just apply this very thinly to the nail, so I won't have to do any buffing or anything on it. Try to balance it out as best as I can without making the shape, messing up the shape, I mean. That gel brush is from Alpha Brush. It's just a gel brush. Very small gel brush. Actually, this fill could have been done in 30 minutes. You know, once you get your skills down, you can do a fill in 30 minutes. You can do a full set in an hour. You really can. It's just, you got to put an effort into doing it. You really have to constantly do fills, constantly moving. Don't stop moving. And that's where the time goes. When you stop moving, you're getting up, you're looking for stuff. You know, a lot of people saying how you get your time down, you have to be prepared. You have to have everything on your table. You don't want to stop looking and go look around somewhere to find stuff. You know, and most of that time comes from you stopping. You might be doing your nails the way you're supposed to do your nails, but you stopping doing the process, and that's what kills time. If you're constantly moving, not talking, if you're talking, constantly move. You know, don't use your hands to talk. You know, just keep your hands doing the nails, and your time will improve. You know, just don't stop. That's the problem. We stop, and I've learned how to do a fill in 30 minutes. I learned how to do a full set in an hour. But that's not with applying rhinestones and art to the nails. That's just basic nails. Clear acrylic, or just like I'm doing here. This really doesn't take long because it's you know, it's not that crucial. The time that's supposed to be added from 30 minutes to an hour is your rhinestones, which you're charging more for, and your art is what you're charging more for. That's your time. You charging for it. All the other stuff that you just have a one basic charge, it should take no more than 45 minutes to an hour to do those two things. But I have learned that it takes me longer when I'm talking, stopping, finding stuff. And if you cut all those three things out, you can do good nails in 30 minutes an hour. You know, a lot of people saying those 30 minutes pop-up shops do 30 minutes in and out. You can do quality nails in 30 minutes without nail art and rhinestones. I don't understand why you cannot. If you're doing a fill one color, one clear color with, if you're doing a fill with acrylic, clear acrylic and polish, I'm telling you, you can do it in 30 minutes and have some nice looking nails. You really can. But do you want to do it in 30 minutes? Do you want to rush through it and do it? Okay? It's all about if that's what you want to do and still have quality nails. Alright, it's picture time, y'all. I didn't put the cuticle oil, everything, shine them boogers up. Skin is, whoo, back to life. I'm just taking a picture with my iPhone. And that's a piece of paper, construction paper. Alright guys, that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed. Until next time, y'all have a smiley day. Bye.